Hello, everybody, and welcome to Voices of CML with our African CML community. Today, we are going all over the world with this event. We started in Asia Pacific early this morning, and we moved on to Central and Eastern Europe with West Asia. And now we're really thrilled to join our patient leaders from Africa. Today is a very special day for us. You know, it's our World CML Day, and normally we would probably meet face to face at events in our different countries, but because of the circumstances, that's not always possible this year. But we're going to be together and have a few moments together and talk about what's going on, how things this year has affected us, and maybe how the CML Advocates Network can also help you in your work. I'm really very honored also to have with us leading this call today Mrs. Bahija Gouimi from Morocco, the president of the Amal Association in Morocco, and also representative of the region at the level of the steering committee of CML Advocates Network. Bahija, please, the floor is yours to allow you to introduce all your great colleagues. Thank you.
Thank you, Denise. Thank you to our CEO of CML Advocate Network. Thanks, Lydia and Celia, for joining us. I'm very, very glad to see you all faces of Middle East and Africa region. Good afternoon, and I would like to welcome you and thank you for joining us today in our Middle East and Africa region. Marhaban bikum, bienvenue. Welcome. Today, Tuesday, 22 September, is a big day, a special day for all CML patients. Many of us are patients or caregivers. And my name is Bahija Gouimi. Many of you called me Mama Africa, and it's make me very proud because you all are in my heart, and I try to do my best to represent well my region. I am running a CML patient group in Morocco called Amal, and of course I am your representative to the steering committee of CML Advocate Network. Personally, I have been living with CML for more than 18 years. At that time, CML was a dangerous disease, no treatment, but fortunately today, we have 4 generations of treatment and we have almost a normal life. Today is the World CML Day, and every 20 September, the CML Advocate Network leads to the CML World Day, a global awareness campaign, including our region also, because we represent 23 organizations of the CML Advocate Network. Today, we celebrate the World CML Day. The chronic myeloid leukemia patients across the globe come together to raise awareness about the needs of CML patients. Today, we are celebrating the World CML Day under the motto, Today, Together, more than ever for a life without CML. I have with me leaders from Middle East and Africa region who will speak about different topics. And I will be moderate this session and ask our speaker to present their topic and themselves and to answer to the following question. Our first speaker is my friend Trevor Stein from South Africa. Trevor is the president of CML South Africa. And Trevor, you are a CML patient for more than 31 years. And my question, can you talk about your CML journey and how CML has changed your life? The floor is yours, Trevor, please.
Hello, Bahia. Hi, Dennis, and everybody else. Very, very good to be with you on this very special day as we celebrate World CML Day. Yes, my journey on the 28th of September this year, it would be 31 years that I have been diagnosed with CML. And when I was first diagnosed, I was told that at that point, the average lifespan for CML patients was 5 years. And so I was a younger man then, married to a young girl, and had a baby of less than a year old. It was devastating news when I was told that I have not more than 5 years to live. And so at that point, the only treatment was the hydroxyurea. And so I began to work out, how do I best organize my life, having known now that it was going to be such a short life. It was very difficult because there was also a lot of stigma attached to the problem of CML. And it was a very difficult journey because you almost have to journey all by yourself. Lucky for me, I had the full support of my family, but it was difficult to tell other people because you didn't want people to feel overtly sorry for you, because you wanted them to treat you as a normal human being and not all the time feel sorry for you. But at the same time, if you had told them, it was difficult for them to remain friends with you. So it was very, very difficult. So over the many years, I just continued to live my life as normal as possible, and to a great degree of thanks to the medical fraternity and the pharmaceutical fraternity for having developed different technologies to help manage our disease. Today, we can clearly say to people the disease of CML is not a death sentence. It is, in fact, very much a disease that if you have access to all the care, then it is a disease that can be well managed. But we do know that there are still people who die of CML, and many of them die as a result of them not being able to get access to PCR testing and all the other things that go with it. So yes, it is a very difficult disease if you don't have access. This has been a very difficult year, this COVID-19 year, because many of our patients, they found themselves all of a sudden without a job. They found themselves with without the resources. The journey is alone. You cannot go into the hospitals. You cannot, when you go into hospital, you have to go alone. Your support system can't go with you. And so as an organization, we had to embrace our people and try and help as far as we can. But you know, the most important thing for us is that we continue to say to our patients, keep the faith, keep being strong, and do the right thing. Make sure you take your medication on a daily basis. Do not skip it, and so on. So it's been very difficult for me. For instance, when I had young children, I tried to get some insurance cover for them, especially since I was never sure when I was going to die, and no insurance company wanted to cover me because they said you had a dreaded disease. They also did not want to, if they were prepared to cover you, they were going to load it substantially to the point where it was almost impossible. And so 31 years later, I say to those companies, you know, here I am to tell the story. Where are you? So yeah, it's been a very difficult journey, often at times a very lonely journey. But as a person of faith, I also thank God that here I am today to tell the story, and I go out of my way to do whatever I can to help patients, not just in South Africa, but in Southern Africa and across the region. Wherever we can, we help, because we've been through it. We may be able to help others so that they don't have to make the same mistakes and the same challenges that we have. We can make their life easier. And that's my commitment to this CML journey. And I'm very grateful to the many people, especially the Max Foundation and others, who so wonderfully got alongside us. The CML Advocates Network, what a wonderful network of organizations who support each other and make this journey for all of us much easier. So thank you very much. And I suppose I have to say to all my patient colleagues on this network to say to you, happy World CML Day.
Thank you very much. What's an inspiring story, and thank you, Trevor, for sharing with us your personal story. Very proud of you and very proud of your CML patient journey. Thank you, Trevor, again. And our next speaker is a passionate advocate, Elo Mapelo, the president of Henzo, Kenya. As you all know, COVID-19 is a general challenge for each organization. How you manage, Mapelo, your advocacy work in this pandemic? The floor is yours, Mapelo.
Thank you, Mama Africa. Thank you so much. And I would like to begin by saying happy CML Day. I think we don't have very many cancer groups that begin their greetings with happy CML Day like ours. But it's because there's every reason for us to be happy and there's every reason for us to celebrate. Before I respond to your question, Mama Africa, allow me to first say that it is a great honor to be here. It is a great honor for CML Advocates Network to put together this meeting. Thank you so much, Denise Costello and your team. We are very grateful for this. We had our own version of celebration here in Kenya, and there is a lot of celebration. There is a lot of joy going around. And we did it like the good Kenyans we are. I will be sharing a little bit of what we did later on in video. Trevor has never been to Kenya, but he can tell you Kenyans know how to celebrate. and I believe it's true to many Africans. There can't be a complete celebration without a cake and a dance. We did that earlier today. I'll be sharing that later on. But just to look at what Mama Africa asked, COVID-19 has really brought a situation in this, actually in the whole world, that is not known to anybody. I mean, nobody was ready for this. Nobody had a playbook to read from on how to carry out advocacy work in such a situation. And in Kenya, which I believe is true to many countries, we saw a lot of resources being directed towards COVID-19. Every kind of resource, be it financial, be it a human resource, was all focused towards COVID-19. We had a whole national agenda shifting towards looking at what COVID-19 has brought along with, and it has not been easy in the last few months to. It has not been easy to engage our partners, to engage our friends, to engage the people that we work with in advocacy, because everything was focusing on the COVID-19 situation. We had also restrictions, closures of businesses, closures of offices, closures, and of course restrictions to traveling, restrictions.
Hello?
Sorry about that.
We lose you. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but I'm back.
Go
now.
ahead.
You can hear me
Go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes.
Yeah. Go ahead.
All right. So we were faced with an unprecedented kind of challenge as far as COVID-19 is concerned. But as we were discussing in our meeting today, we were able to bring together all our partners that we work with in our various areas of advocacy.
Yes. Mapelo?
Sorry. I'm afraid,
yeah.
yeah,
You finished?
phone,
Yeah.
so
Please.
some calls are coming through. But just one last statement. I just want to say that we have been able to try and see how to put everybody back again together. We are looking like we are in the coming to the end of these extra focus towards COVID. I'm not saying in any way that we are coming to the end of COVID, but at least there is a little bit of focus now into what was currently in the forefront of government agendas. We have had that challenge with advocacy, but now we are able to get back to the work that we've been doing, getting back to talking to the ministries of health, getting back to talking to partners, and trying to put together everybody back to the conversation that we had of cancer and of course of CML. But those were 6-7 months of some sort of darkness, I could say. I don't know if it is a case in other countries in Africa and in other countries in the world, but I believe it is. It actually came to reshape quite a number of our activities, including, of course, not being able to put together our annual May pilgrimage that we plan to do as CML advocates across the world. So, Mama Africa, thank you. If there's any other things that you'd like me to respond to, I'm at your disposal. Thank you.
Thank you, Mapelo. Thank you for sharing your thought with us. And it's true, that's all challenges that we have faced in 2020 are mainly affected and linked to the pandemic, to COVID-19. Thank you for sharing with us your thoughts, Mapelo, and good luck for your advocacy work. Our next speaker is a parent, the father of a beautiful lady, Zaina. Zaina is a young girl, CML patient from Palestine, who attended with us, I think, CML Horizon 2017. Right, Jamal?
Yes.
Hello, Jamal. Yes. She attended with us, and she is full of life and hope. And Jamal Hourani is the president of CML Palestine. And my question to Jamal, as a parent, you faced every day, with your daughter, the procedure, administrative and medical procedure in Arab country is not easy. And can you please share with us and explain the challenges faced by the Arab CML patient in terms of access and monitoring in the region? The floor is
thank
yours.
You, thank you very much, Bahija, and everybody. It's actually my pleasure to be attending this webinar. And I will start by building on Trevor's journey. Actually, he's an inspirer, and he's a great guy, like everybody. But I can say that he's our sheikh, he's our president.
Yeah.
Yes, and he inspires us a lot all the time. The same as everybody, Bahija as a woman, and everybody. So to talk about the ability, the access to treatment, it is not only access to treatment, it's access to drug, and it's access to the medical treatment, including the drugs and the laboratories and the doctors, and dealing with the community. As you know, we have 4 pillars. The first pillar is the patient and his family themselves, and we have the doctors, we have the government, and we have the society. So in the Arab world, we have a lot of complications where the government is responsible for providing the drugs and the medication, control the doctors to the cancer patients, where the CML is treated as one of the cancer issues. So having a doctor who's knowledgeable, who has the experience, is an issue. And after the diagnostics and reaching to the right diagnosis, we have the ability to get the drug. You know, the drug is was very expensive, and the new drugs now are too expensive too. It was a blessing from God. We have the generics now that are in the market, where we are now able to convince our governments to provide the drugs on a permanent way. Our patients until today, like in Iraq, like in Lebanon, the same way in Palestine, we have a lot of complications getting the drug, which is provided by the government. We have some help sometimes from foundations like Max, but many patients in different Arab countries cannot get their bills on daily basis. Sometimes they skip, sometimes they have to skip because they don't have the drug that is enough for them. So this is one of the challenges in the Arab world, which is the access to the drugs, the access to treatment. The second thing is the challenges for the control. And the control, we need laboratories, and we need to have the required accessories so that we can do the testing. This is also is making us sometimes late in reaching the TFR, because so as to reach the TFR, you need laboratories and you need the testing equipment that enables you to check for 4.5. And I think most of the Arab laboratories available in the Arab world are now at max of 3. And this is preventing many CML patients to get themselves ready to reach the TFR level.
Hello, Jamal.
So
Jamal,
we
we
are
lost
trying
you.
hard.
Jamal, we lost you. Can you repeat the last sentence, please?
Okay, so what I'm saying is that because of the lack of the testing equipment that is suitable for the treatment-free remission level, many Arab patients are not able to start the TFR with their doctors. So this is another challenge for the Arab patients in the Arab area. We're trying hard to push for that, and we're trying to convince our governments that this is for the benefit of everybody, for the patient to be without medicine, for the government to save some cost on providing the drugs and sparing that drug to the new entrants who are entering as CML patients, and for the family and everybody to be in a better life. So these are the challenges. Actually, we try to support each other. We try to help each other using our different experience in working together. Everyone has his own success story in his own society. And so we share it together as Arab CML leaders. We try to benefit, and it is of benefit actually. We try to help each other by sometimes speaking about the drugs that are used differently. We use different generics in different countries. So when there is a generic that is introduced in a country, we ask each other, and we can bring the information that this is a good generic, this is not good generic, and about the testing. So the journey is not easy to describe. Being a father is something else. I know that the patient has his own feelings, but also the parents and the caregivers have their own feelings. If sometimes, it's not sometimes, all the time, if we pray to God that I would be more happier if I am the patient and not her. But this is what happened actually. For the CML Advocates Network, it gives us a great information, a great networking abilities. It gives us a great network so that we can communicate together, we can contact each other, we can ask each other, we can help each other, and we can support each other. I'd like to take this opportunity to say that I pray to God that the next CML day will be the next TFR day, where all the patients are in free remission, and even to be in a better more if we have a drug that cures this disease and not only control it. I wish everybody a happy CML day, every patient, every caregiver, and I hope that we enjoy it, and we enjoy it more in the coming days with a better news. Thank you very much.
Inshallah.
Thank you, Jamal, for your participation. And you are right. We need more work together. We need to be united to share best practice in the region and to improve, treatment access and the monitoring also. Thank you for sharing your story, and the best regard to Zaina and your family in Palestine. Our next topic is a topic, a very important topic, is about women. And I have with me a great woman. She is the CAB members, and she is also the president of MaxCare Nigeria, my dear Eunice Oreka. She will talk about CML and women in Africa. The floor is yours, my dear.
Thank you, Bahija, and thank you everyone for joining in. This is a big topic for me, and I guess it's a good topic because at least I can use myself as an example. Um, CML and women, generally in Africa, women's challenges are enormous. So we live in a society where it's more patriarchal because the men are the ones in charge. And so when a woman has a challenge, sometimes it's almost like it's easy to a woman is almost easy to dispose of. Now, when you have a CML, as it were here, and because there's limited information, it's not that the information is not available. It's just that people just choose, you just hear leukemia. So when you hear leukemia, that's like a death sentence. And so a woman is told that you have leukemia, and she probably has a marriage proposal, and the man hears that, and then the family members tell her, how do you want to marry a lady who has leukemia? She will die soon. So of course that marriage proposal is dead on arrival. And that's one of the main challenges women face. Women usually are the ones who are the child bearer in society. And so a woman generally knows that once she's married, she wants to have a child. You can imagine if a woman who is married and is trying to conceive now hears that she has CML. I'll use myself as an example. When I was diagnosed, it was devastating because at the time, I knew leukemia meant something that could be terminal. And so doing research and finding out eventually that I could use a drug, and over time I would get better, it was simply amazing. And so it gave a lease to life. But not everybody knows that. Unfortunately, in some parts, because we have people coming from different parts, many people sometimes don't even know that there's a drug to take. So because of the way the symptoms of CML are, you lose weight, you're sick, you're sickly. So it's almost regarded as you are dying. And so sometimes before they even get treatment, sometimes it comes very late. And even when they get treatment, sometimes if you're single, many times you don't want to disclose. That's the truth. I have met patients who their family members, some of them don't even know they are sick because there's that stigma. Unfortunately, we still have that stigma in Africa. So you don't want to disclose because, like Trevor was saying, sometimes you don't want people to feel sorry for you. And then in some cases, if people are aware that you have a disease that they actually term it terminal, you could lose your job. And so people prefer non-disclosure, especially when you just not disclose. There's no point letting anybody know. I'm doing well, I'm taking my drugs, that's fine. It's one of the challenges we also face in the patient group. Many times, like I run the patient group and we run an online platform to be able to provide support for one another. Sometimes people just want to stay in the patient group and be silent. They don't want to disclose, and you really can't bother them. You just make sure that they get the right information because the information is power. Another thing we also face is fertility issues. So many people feel, if I have this disease, I don't have children. Now, we try as much as possible to ensure that we inform them, but people are the way they are. Sometimes when they want to get pregnant, they will not tell the doctors. They will just stop taking their drugs. They do get pregnant eventually, but they are now sick. So what we do every CML day, we're going to have like a forum later today, and then tomorrow, we always invite the doctor so that they can inform the patient. If you want to get pregnant, if you have issues, both male and female, please come to the doctor let them speak to you, let them advise you. Like I said, I always use myself as an example. When I was diagnosed, I was just the mother of a 2-year-old son at the time. And of course, I wanted to have more children, but I didn't know what the chances for me were. But unfortunately for me, I had good doctors, and incidentally, where I was the GPAP center. And so I had the wealth of information, and it was new to them, but the doctors guided me. And I have a daughter today, and she's going to be 13 in November. And so this is my journey, 16 years. And so it's really about empowerment. And that's one of the things we really want to do, to empower. Because if we empower them, then many of the choices that women make, fortunately, that harm them, they won't do. Another thing we also face as women is, when you have a disease that people don't really know what to do, they give you all sorts of advice. So we call these old wives' tales. They tell you, if you mix this with this and take this, then this will work. But then you also have the challenge of drug interactions. And so those are the other things we face. So in addition to the fact that people won't disclose, when they do disclose, then of course you get wrong advice. And so what we always try to do is empower. We feel that once you empower the women and tell them, this is what you must do, this is how you should do it, then eventually there is lead to life. But there's hope, because we are very happy, we are very lucky. We thank the pharma companies, we thank the Mass Foundation, because in Nigeria, many of the patients are on they get access to the drugs through the Mass Foundation. And it's really very helpful for us, because we have a lot of women who have a new lease to life. Apart from me, I have several other cases who have had children consequently. So the message out there is it's no longer a death sentence. And like I also allude to what my fellow advocates in Arab said, we need to get to a point where TFR is also available to us. Because many people qualify for TFR, it's just that, because there's even much access to monitoring, it's a bit difficult, but that's where we're heading. And we trust that once we can overcome that barrier of TFR, then eventually we will get a cure. Because that is what we advocate for this season, that more than ever, we will live a life without TFR.
Thank you very much, Eunice. I can hear passion in your voice. Thank you for this. I know it's a big topic. We don't have enough time to discuss all things about, stigma, education of women in Africa, and also how people, they make pressure, to women about pregnancy, and the pregnancy with CML it should be managed and discussed with the doctor. Thank you for sharing with us your thoughts, and thank you for your participation. Last but not least, another topic, very interesting. As Jamal said, we are here to talk. I tried when I was preparing the agenda to touch to everything, to every topic in the region, and the caregiver are very big and interesting pieces of the puzzle. And Alion Bukhari, he is here with us, and thank you for hearing to joining us. He is the president of Association de lutte contre les leucémies, as a CML patient group in Niger, and a very interesting topic, as I said, to all CML patients, the role of caregivers. Can you talk about the role of caregivers in CML care, dear Alion? The floor is yours. Can you turn your, we can hear you, can you? Denise, can you maybe assist me? Yeah, about.
Alion, can you
animate? Yeah,
voilà.
it's okay, voilà. Yeah.
Okay. Okay, thank you. Hello, dear participant. Thank you very much, Mama Africa. Let me introduce myself. I'm just to try to speak English because I'm not speaking very well. Mais
no, Alion. Your English is perfect. Go ahead. If you don't find a word, ask, and we will help you, me or Dennis.
Alioune, you need to
Alioune.
unmute yourself again, please.
Yeah.
Now
Yes,
it's okay?
perfect.
It's okay, yeah.
Okay. I'm the president of the Association for the Fight Against Leukemia in Niger. I'm very motivated to participate in this video conference on this day, September 22, dedicated to World Leukemia Day. So good every day. Good day, everyone. So good day, everyone. Living with a sick person, supporting them and accompanying them over a long period is very trying, both physically and psychologically. The term clause refers to any person around the sick person who has a positive link with them, whatever the nature, friendship, affection, love, etc. Or their degree of kinship. What is important is first their perception and understanding of events. Then it is possible to adapt. To adapt to the situation, it is essential to trust yourself and learn to listen to your intuition. Inform yourself in order to help the patient. Do research the better, understand the disease, its treatment, and especially their side effect. Always provide moral support to the patient. Moral support to the patient. Also, be sure to take medication. Provide all hope to the patient during the treatment, a favorable environment, a holy and cleaning environment. Relatives can also benefit from moral or psychological support. A doctor can prescribe medication if needed, antidepressant or others. A psychologist and can listen to them. People around them sometimes need a break. Sharing role is not always easy or possible. Anytime relatives can approach support group. In support groups, relatives can express their anxiety, discomfort, guilt, or angers, and share them with people who are going through the same things. They allow them to come out of their isolation and the universe of the disease of which they may feel trapped, and help them to reestablish the dialogue with the patient when he has been interrupted. All relative of sick people, spouse, companion, brother, sister, can participate. Discussion are most often done with the help of a psychologist. In the end, I wish a good leukemia day to all living leukemia patients, and every special thought to those who are hospitalized. Thank you all. Thank you very much. This is the memo who I tell for us for this day or this leukemia day. Thank you very much.
Merci. Thank you very much, dear Alioune, for your participation. I know that you make a lot of energy, a lot of effort to speak in English, and you are brave, and then you are a good example for other people speaking only French. Me, myself, I start speaking only French and Arabic, and you know, when you practice your language, you can become a good speaker, a good, you know, advocate also also, because internationally, globally, we talk only English. Thank you very much, dear Alioune. I remember, you know, we are talking about caregiver, and Jamal also talk about the feeling of caregivers. I remember I read a book, a French book about the others. The others means the other touched by cancer, because no one talk about the other, the caregiver and the relatives, and maybe we forget their suffering, and we underestimate their feelings also. Maybe we should, for example, make some activity for the caregivers also, because they need to talk, they need the psychological support, and we are here for hope. That's why we start by the energy and the good story of hope of Trevor, 31 years of CML, and he is still with us. As Jamal said, he is our president, he is our king. We can call you, I am Mama Africa, you are King Africa, and Your Majesty, you deserve all happiness and love, and I am very happy and to see you all. We have Lorita. If you allow me, I will give 1 minute to Lorita, because she is here and she is very, very good advocate, and we will give her to speak about something today together, more than ever, for a life without CML. Lorita, how can you say about this motto and your feeling in this day? The floor is yours.
Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it. We had a recorded program earlier. I don't know if that is going to be viewed, but it is so wonderful to belong to this African association, because before it was when we were associated with the European association, it was really difficult because they couldn't understand our African problems. We are not unique with our problems in Africa. We share them together, and we are so grateful to be able to be part of CML Africa. Thank you so much for this wonderful CML day today of today together. More than ever, we will be able to get rid of this CML one day.
Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Loretta. Thank you to all our speakers and our guests, and all who joined us today. Thank you for sharing your knowledge and experiences today together, more than ever, for a life without CML. Our session is recorded, and you will find more information in our website. Please visit www.worldcmlday.org. You can post any question, and of course, our team will answer. Thanks again for joining us, and much love and happy World CML Day. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Bahija. Thank you. Thank you, everybody, for attending. I just want to tell you that, like the videos that Loretta mentioned that were pre-recorded by Lydia and our colleague Justin over the past couple of weeks, I will broadcast those in this Zoom room now. It's a short video. It's around 30 minutes, but if you don't have the time today to see it, you will also be able to see it in the future on our Facebook page. Don't also forget, you know, that the next maybe big get together for us might be also virtual this year, but for CML Horizons. Save the date for CML Horizons, please. It will take place from November 6 until November 8. And it will be free for everybody to attend this year. You will have more details about the event in the coming days and weeks. So we look forward to your participation. Thank you again for your participation today. Thank you, Bahija, for moderating in such an expert and lovely and welcoming fashion.